Today's lesson is over el presente progresivo, or the present progressive in Spanish. Okay, in both English and in Spanish, the present progressive is used to say that an action is in progress at this very moment in time. So it's happening right now, at this very moment. Okay, so Roberto is cleaning the kitchen. Roberto está limpiando la cocina. Okay, they both mean the same thing. All right, and notice that this is a two-part verb just like it is in English. Okay, so we're going to first use a conjugated form of estar, and then we're going to have a present participle, and sometimes you'll hear me say it in ando or yendo. Okay, all right. To form the present progressive in Spanish, you're going to use the present tense of estar. Okay, so remember these are our conjugations for estar. Estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, están. Plus you're going to have a present participle, which we'll call ando or yendo, because we're actually going to add that to the end of our infinitive. Okay? All right, so we already know how to conjugate the verb estar, so we need to figure out how to form the present participle. To form the present participle, you're first going to drop the ending of the infinitive, okay? And then add ando for AR verbs or yendo for ER-IR verbs. So we're going to add these to the stem, not to a star. All right, so let's take a look at AR participles. So we have our verb hablar. Our first step is to drop the ending. We're going to take that AR off, okay? And then we're going to add ando, so it becomes hablando. Okay? Forming ER participles. For example, comer is an ER verb. First step is to drop the ending, so we're going to take that ER off. Then our second step is to add yendo. Okay, so it becomes comiendo. Then to form IR participles, we do the same thing as ER. Essentially, we take the IR off this time. We're going to drop that ending and then add yendo, so it becomes viviendo. All right, there are some stem changers for these, okay? So when the stem of an ER or IR verb ends in a vowel, you're going to change the yendo to yendo, all right? The reason why is not because of anything specific, it's just to maintain pronunciation. So, and they don't like three vowels next to each other, and they don't consider Y a vowel. So for example, if I have the verb leer, okay, I'm going to take my ER off, and since that stem ends in a vowel, which is E, we're going to add yendo, so it becomes leyendo. It sounds exactly the same, it's just a spelling change. Traer is another one. Traer means to bring. Okay, whenever I take the ER off, I'm left with an A on the end of my stem. So therefore, I have to follow the rule and add a yendo with a Y. The E to I stem changing verbs also have a vowel change in the stem. Okay, so for example, pedir is an E to I stem changing verb. Okay, that irregular present participle is pidiendo. So look, we just changed the E to an I just like we do if we're conjugating the verb in the boot. Okay, same thing for servir. Servir changes the E to an I and becomes sirviendo. And then vestir changes the E to an I and becomes vistiendo. All right. Some other IR verbs also have a vowel change in the stem. Decir is another one. That's an E to I stem changing verb. It becomes diciendo. Venir is irregular. Okay, it becomes viniendo. And dormir is an O to U stem changing verb. Don't put UE, it's O to U, and that becomes durmiendo. So notice that all of our stem changing verbs are actually IR verbs, okay? So they're also going to stem change in the present tense. Okay, so now what we're going to do is talk about pronoun placement. This is not to be confused with subject pronouns. We're talking about direct object pronouns with this, and reflexive pronouns, which we're going to learn about in a little bit, but I just wanted to make sure that you are aware where these pronouns will go. So you're going to place pronouns before the conjugated form of estar. Okay, so estoy vistiendo Estoy is a conjugated form of estar, so I can put the pronoun me right in front of estoy. Okay? Or you can attach them to the end of the present participle. So instead of putting the me in front of estoy, I can put the me at the end of vistiendo. Okay, so this becomes estoy vistiéndome, right? Notice that you're going to add an accent mark whenever you attach the pronoun to a stressed vowel. It will be the A of ando and the E of yendo.